Alright guys, today we're going to be going over every single way that you can be farming up legendary Aether tools here in Modern Warfare Zombies. Assure yourself that you guys can start every single match with a legendary Aether tool. We're going to go over how you guys can get the schematic for this thing, then we're going to go over Easter eggs that'll guarantee you guys some legendary Aether tools. Plus we got some other tips and tricks that might be able to get you some more legendary Aether tools along the way in your runs. So with that, welcome back to the channel everybody. If y'all don't know, my name is Ghost. Appreciate everybody that stops by the video today. If you're into zombies content or anything Call of Duty, rock the hell out of that like button for me and subscribe to the channel guys. We're getting so close to 22,000 subscribers and I cannot thank you guys enough for all the crazy love and support. It honestly truly does mean the world to me. Definitely got a good one for you guys today, so be sure to stick around after a real brief word from today's sponsor. Looking to unlock MW3 camos like Interstellar or Borealis completely legit, or the Warzone rewards including Royal Helix or the Decipher camos? Maybe you just don't have the time to unlock all those best schematics from Modern Warfare Zombies? It can even help get you any of those nuke skins? Then look no further than Mitch Cactus, the biggest and most reliable sellers out there with services for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. With all the great reviews on Trustpilot, you guys should definitely check them out. Be sure to use code REALG for a limited time only. What I would say is the most important thing when it comes to farming up these legendary Aether tools is that you guys have the schematic for this thing. Now, if you guys don't have the schematic yet, or if you don't know how to get it, we're going to briefly go over everything that you need to know right here. You're going to be obtaining the schematic for the legendary Aether tool from defeating the Easter egg red worm fight. Now, this thing isn't all that difficult to set up. Now, there is a couple of steps. I'm going to throw a map up on the screen right here, which should make things pretty easy on you guys. Essentially, what you're going to have to do is go around the map and collect 4 USBs, but there's going to be a starting point, which is going to tell you where the 4 USBs are going to be located. So the 4 little picture icons are going to tell you exactly where your USBs are going to be at on the map. So you go ahead and collect all 4 of your USBs, go ahead and pull up your TAC map, and you're going to be looking for the Aether Storm. Once you locate the Aether Storm, just outside of it somewhere, there's going to be 2 ammo crates that are right next to each other, and that's where your red worm is going to be spawning in. Once you get to the location where those ammo crates are at, you're going to notice that there are these 4 Aether extractors that you can insert the USBs, but you have to wait for the storm to move in and actually cover the Aether extractor before you can insert the USB. Once you've inserted all 4 of the USBs, that's when your red worm is going to spawn in. This guy is definitely no joke. He is pretty damn difficult. This is also the way that you're going to be getting the Scorcher schematic and also the Flawless Crystal. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get the legendary Aether tool schematic right off the bat. It may take you a time or two before you get it, but I mean, you could be getting the other stuff that you need as well. Like I said, this fight is pretty difficult. I would recommend if you're going to attempt to do this solo, use either the VR11 and bring in like 3 sentry guns. Also, the golden armor is going to help you a lot. And if you guys are too afraid to do it solo or you just don't want to, I would just recommend getting like a good team of 6 people, and you shouldn't have too hard of a time. Honestly, usually if you just type in the lobby chat, there'll usually be a bunch of people that'll be down to do the red worm with you. This next step I think is actually pretty crucial. Once you get the schematic for the legendary Aether tool, cooldown for this thing isn't too terribly long. You're going to be sitting on 24-hour cooldown. What I would always recommend people do is that even if you don't plan on playing Modern Warfare Zombies for the day, you can always just hop on, craft one, throw it in your backpack, and then log off. That way, not only have you thrown an excess Aether tool in your backpack and you have an extra one ready, but you're already waiting on that cooldown for the next one. I mean, hey, honestly, if you don't play for 2 or 3 days, you can actually build up quite a few of these things without even doing anything. The next thing that we're going to go over is kind of difficult because there's a lot of people that absolutely just rush to these things, but this is going to be an Easter egg that can guarantee you some legendary Aether tools or flawless crystals. There's going to be these 3 triangle spots that are in the red tier zone that's actually a part of unlocking the Season 3 Reloaded Dark Aether. Basically, what you guys are going to have to do is once you get to these triangle spots, there's going to be 3 symbols that are on the wall, and once you shoot these symbols, it's going to activate the Easter egg essentially. Once you've shot all 3 spots, you're going to be looking for the symbols that are on the wall, and it's going to make a perfect triangle once you line it up in your vision just right, and that's going to fully activate it. There's going to be a bunch of zombies that are spawning in that are glowing purple, and you're going to have to kill a bunch of these guys. Once you kill enough zombies, you're going to be rewarded with a rift that's going to have a legendary Aether tool in it, a flawless crystal, and some essence. There is 3 of these things on the map, and it is possible for you to come out here and get all 3 of them done for yourself. I have been able to do this a couple times, but I will warn you, it is kind of rare and it's extremely hard to even get these things done lately because this is the very first thing that people honestly just rush out to do. There's a few tips that I can give you guys to get out here a little bit faster. Number 1, of course, is going to be the Scorcher, and if it's the very first thing you do, just pop the Scorcher, pop your Pack-a-Punch crystal, fly straight out there. The second thing that you guys can do is bring in a Bloodburner key. This is going to be probably the second fastest way to get out there, because of course with this bike you don't have to worry worry about water or anything, you can just fly straight out into the red tier zone. You're also going to be having those ether tears that'll launch you way up into the sky. You could get lucky and spawn in by one of those. And we're going to be going over the ether orbs. I'm going to throw up a map up on the screen right here, which is going to show you where all of these things spawn. Once you end up destroying one of these ether orbs, 9 times out of 10 they end up dropping you an ether tool. Now, of course, the higher the tier zone that you're in, the more of a chance that you're going to get a better ether tool. These orbs do have a chance on dropping you some other loot, but it's usually pretty rare. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm starting to like doing these ether orbs less and less because I haven't been getting very lucky with these things lately. Now, honestly, that could just be all my luck, and you guys could be getting way better loot out of these things than me. Another way that I can find a lot of legendary ether tools is from killing mega abominations. These are going to be the only bosses that are going to be just walking around the map that if you kill these guys, they're going to be dropping you legendary loot. It's not always guaranteed. These guys will drop you 3-plate vests, they'll drop you backpacks, they'll drop you ether tools, they'll drop you crystals, basically just all the really good loot in Modern Warfare Zombies, and it's just randomized. Let's say if you got a really good weapon that can take these guys out quickly, it's definitely worth it. Now, another way that I find legendary ether tools quite literally all the time in almost every single run is I like to go into the highly congested areas in the red tier zone where there's like a lot of buildings and make sure that I have depth perception on so I can actually see those ether crates through the walls. Believe it or not, even if the red tier zone is absolutely packed with people, 9 times out of 10 they really don't rummage through these buildings to actually look for these crates. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I find legendary ether tools just chilling in these ether crates in the red tier zone all the time. Just coming out here and trying to scavenge all of these buildings is definitely worth your time, trust me. Now, lastly, while there is chances of you guys finding legendary ether tools while doing tier 2 contracts, it is going to be extremely rare. You'll definitely be finding way more of these things while doing contracts inside of the red tier zone or inside of any of the dark ethers. Now, with keeping all of this in mind, with farming up your schematic every single day, racing out to the red tier zone to see if you can get some of those triangle Easter eggs done, picking out the ether orbs whenever you see them, going mega abomination hunting, doing red zone contracts and dark ether absolutely as much as possible. Hopefully you can get into just a steady flow state where you're constantly always thinking about these things on every run, and you guys can actually start entering into every single game of Modern Warfare Zombies with a legendary ether tool. So that is going to be about it, guys. Hopefully we were able to help out somebody today. If you guys want a little bit more in-depth guides on like fighting the red worm and doing the triangle Easter eggs, I definitely got videos of both of those up on the channel. I really do appreciate anybody that took the time out of their day to watch the video. It truly does mean the world to me. Drop a like on it if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.